Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 10th standard, and this is part number 2. As you can check it out, we studied in the previous lecture 43 to 45 page number, and now we'll be moving to the lecture part 2. That is, the page number is belonging to 45 to 50 page number, and this is the second part of the lesson. So in this lesson generally we studied previously about some of the cave architecture of Ajanta cave, Ellora cave, Elephanta, and lots of examples related to Khajuraho temple also. We went in the Pradeshwar Temple too here recently in the previous lecture as per the virtually, and we can say that today we are gonna explore this temple only today with the detailed example. So what is Pradeshwar Temple and where it is located? Who built this kinds of temple? That also is the basic example which we are gonna learn in this lecture. So first of all, we'll be knowing about the Pradeshwar Temple. Pradeshwar Temple is the name that is itself defining the cultural and the basic spiritual heritage of India, we can say somehow, and that is only the Pradeshwar Temple is made out here. Now this name itself defines you that the temple which is actually created in the early era from the 1003 or to the 1010 AD, that's how we can say this temple can be relating with the internal and external carving architecture. Also this temple resembles the basic god Shiva from the Hindu mythology. Therefore we can say that this temple is located in Tanjore district of Tamil Nadu, and that is very familiar place to you all. So we need to also understand that it is located inside the Tanjore district. So as I made you understand that this district or this place is located inside Tamil Nadu, that is Tanjore, and also we can say that in this area this kinds of temples of Pradeshwar can be seen out here. Now how and in which grade of condition this temple was made? See my dear student, the place Tanjore is in Tamil Nadu, and that's how we can say that Pradeshwar Temple is world famous from there only. So this is actually the temple of Shiva, and later it is built by Rajaraja first, that is actually belonged at that time from the Chola dynasty, and it is also known as the Rajeshwara Temple too. So Rajeshwara is also one of the we can call like pen name of Lord Shiva, so that's how it was also known as the Rajeshwara Temple. Now the same thing is that the thing which we need to focus in this lecture related to this temple is that 500 feet height of the temple itself it is getting, in which we can say like 250 is the width in the circumference downwards as well. We can say it is spread in the vast area surrounded by the lots of sumits, like surrounded by 200 of the sumits. So that's around more than it is height of somehow it is actually surrounded by the sumits and all, and the sumit which is actually located at the walls of the temple can be also more than 200 we can say feet of the height too. And laterly we need to know that this temple is actually headed towards a direction where the shadow is not falling of the temple. So these are the basic example related towards the theory of Pradeshwar Temple. Now this is not getting an end, my dear student. One thing which is concept which we need to understand, its sumit is actually 200 feet height above the ground surface from that, and that's how the temple is attaining an unparalleled example compared with the other temples too here. Now the pinnacle of the temple is weighing into tons and tons of the weight. So as we go more further in the Tanjore district, if you can say that Pradeshwar Temple, Shiva Temple related with the Tanjore, we can check it out. This temple is actually belonging to the civilized cultural atmosphere of the time of era, where we can say that people belong to this temple not only for the prayer, the people also belong to this temple to get their salvation, to get their penance, to get their motivational theories attached with the god too here. So that's how this lesson is all depending upon the Tamil Nadu, one of the temple, that is the Shiva Temple. Now as if we go more further in the detail, then we can get the example related to the theory, where we can understand this temple has the pinnacles also, which is like famous in its own shape. Now why it is famous? Because we can say the marvelous heritage and the cultural architecture which is actually attached to this temple is so gorgeous to see that a huge size of pinnacle which is actually cost weighing in the tons and tons amount is artistically decorated, and it is situated on the top level of the temple. So how they may have carried out this much tons of the heavy weight of the stone as the shape of pinnacle on the top of the temple. So that's we need to also explore today. Now it has also seemed that a place among the temples of South India, as we have generally known about Tamil Nadu, and it has actually been constructed inside the style of Dravidian art. So Dravidians were the first to come here in India, and they along with them took the 6 other tribes. So therefore this is seen inside the Dravidian art. Now if we talk about the world's tallest brick minaret, the world's tallest brick minaret, that we can go only with the name of Qutub Minar. Now Qutub Minar is also one of the best basic example among the minarets in which we can say located in the India in the center of the Delhi, and that's how it was built in the 12th of the century by Qutubuddin Aibak. So you must remember the century, that is built in the 12th century by Mr. Aibak, QUE. So that's how Qutubuddin Aibak built this Qutub Minar, or we can call like Qutubuddin Aibak built this minar in order not only to make the beauty of the area, but also to make the popularity of area by this Qutub Minar. At that time the azans were also given, and apart from that it was also used as a watchtower at that time. So that's how we can say that Mr. Aibak, Qutubuddin Aibak built this kinds of Qutub Minar, as I am just writing the name. Now the spelling could be varying here, that is AIBAK also, and sometimes QUE2 here. As you can check it out, that is TANGUR also, and TNJAUR also, Tanjavur. So therefore you can say this example is relating with the basic example of the Ghulam dynasty. So this Qutubuddin Aibak was belonging to the Ghulam dynasty, and from the 12th century it was actually about to be complete. Now whose father actually, or we can say, was also one of the founder of Ghulam dynasty. So after this death of person who was actually relating with this kinds of work, his son-in-law came in front of that, and then he started to build up this Qutub Minar, means he started to complete this minar. So therefore 72.5 meter tall skyscraper is made out of the round shape of the red stone, marble, and also bricks too. Here in the top verses we can check it out that Quran is also been engraved. So if you are checking that, then you can check it out, okay, Quran is also engraved in that, and that is like the circumstances starting from, we can say, 13.7 meter at the base, which is ending to the top into 2.75 meters at the top here. So this is also one of the best and the tallest brick, or we can say sandstone minaret since from the ancient time. Now Indian custom, places, cultural heritage, everything is relating with the marvelous theories here. All the theories are very marvelous, dramatic, very we can say mind-wobbling theories and all. So we need to go by all the theories each by each. And same as I can say that, okay, next is coming the Hampi. Now what is Hampi? As we read about Tanjore and Qutubuddin Aibak, we need to move towards the Hampi also. Now see, my dear students, some of the monuments, some of the theories, structure, calculations on them are done since from the many time, relating many thoughts, their queries, their examples, their essence of life, their style, every kind of culture related towards their own lifestyle. So this town actually, Hampi, was town actually found at the bank of river Tungabhadra, that you need to understand, hospital of the Tungabhadra in the Bellary district of Karnataka. Tungabhadra, hospital of Tungabhadra, Bellary district of Karnataka. And laterly we can say that Hampi was the capital city of Vijayanagar kingdom. Therefore the rulers of Vijayanagar kingdom also were so much lover of art. I am also the lover of art, but they were more interested in that. Peculiar type of art can be developed at that time, so that developed also, and it can be seen right now also during that reign of the Vijayanagar kingdom and the Vijay Rajas also. And laterly we can say that they actually, the period of Krishna Devaraya was considered as the golden period. Krishna Devaraya, when he came into the rule, his period was known as the one of the golden period of this art and other, we can say, architectural work, which also made this art to reach at the highest peak. So the main feature of the architecture, especially, my dear student, if you talk about this Hampi city, then the spatial architecture of this city is actually depending upon the basic theory relation with the human, relation with the god, the warriors, the dancers, and also we can understand the animal and the goddesses too here. It means all the creature, living things are described inside the architectural theory of this Hampi city, and warriors are also actually somehow described there in the art and architectural theory. And laterly we can say that somehow this Krishna Devaraya was also one of the related with the spiritual world and the aesthetic world world too. That's how they, like this kinds of people or the kingdom was always in love in the temple making architecture. Therefore they also made Vithala temple related to Krishna, Hajira temple also they made, then other than they also made about the Virupaksha temple, about then Achyutya temple also, that is Achyutara temple also related to Lord Krishna and all. So these are the very best example related with the Hampi and Hampi city. So sometimes we go with the Hindu mythology, sometimes we go with the Muslim mythology, and sometimes we go with the architectural theory. And this is only one of the beautiful thing of India, where we don't discriminate any Hindus and Muslims. We actually love each other, which all are like the brothers and sisters, and therefore we actually uniquely, means in the case we can say united we actually stand, and when we divide we just fall down. So unity is the best power of our nation. So furthermore, moving to the next topic is the Humayun Storm. Tomb is architecture for a dead body or for a person who has left his life, and in his memory or her memory the tomb is made. One of the best world's seventh, or we can say wonders of the best tomb is given the bestowment towards Taj Mahal, and apart from that other tombs are also there. So later we will be moving to the Taj Mahal. First of all we need to go and understand the Humayun Storm. So the Humayun Storm is at Delhi, which is also one of the very best example of the Mughal emperor at that time architecture too. And after the Humayun's death, it was actually built by Queen Hamida Begum. Who was Hamida Begum? Actually his wife here. So this tomb was made in the Iranian style of art. Red stone is commonly seen here, where we can say that okay, this tomb also is skillfully designed so that it should not be looking ugly, and in the memory of Humayun this tomb is now also available. So whenever this tomb is actually focused out, always we focus the ruling power, the reign of Humayun. Now the fort of Agra is coming next here. Don't be confused my dear students here, when I am going with the tomb of Humayun, will be also moving towards the fort of Agra. Now fort are built generally, fort are built to cover the internal part of the area from the invaders, to save the people, but sometimes it is also made to enhance the beauty. Therefore, the tomb of Humayun at Delhi, as I made you to understand, is relating with the red stone, same as the fort of Agra is also related with that kind of stone. So, the fort of Agra is actually situated in Uttar Pradesh, that is United Province, and it is made of the red stone. Hence, it is also known as the Red Fort. Now, it was built by Akbar in 1565. Also, we can see that the reflection of Hindu and Iranian style of art can be seen out, and therefore, it has also, generally this fort is actually consisting of 70 feet of the tall height of the wall, and it is actually the area circumference covering like 1.5 miles. So this is actually studied inside the red stone, and also we can say fully embedded with the beautiful artistic work. Until today also there is no cracks available inside this fort. So Jahangir also actually built this fort in this fort, and the architecture style of this fort can be also seen in the style of Bengal and the Gujarat architecture. So Bengal and Gujarat on the Jahangir's palace can be also seen inside the architectural view. So where the Jahangir was living, he actually made the walls and internally carving style into Bengali and Gujarati style of art. So the people who belong to Gujarat and Bengal, they might have worked here. And laterly we can say that Shah Jahan also spent his last days in his fort, only in this fort as his death fort, or the death days with his other people too. So that's how we can say that is the fort of Agra, which I am trying to make you understand. So don't be confused about the fort here. Now the best thing is that in India we consist forts, we consist monuments, we consist minarets, we consist tomb, architecture, cave, almost everything we consist. But do you know that India is also one of the place where we can see the sign of love, the relationship, which is actually shown by Shah Jahan for her 12th wife, whose name was Mumtaz Mahal. So if you focus in the Agra only, because I don't need to go far away from the Agra, and that's how we can say that in the Agra if you focus, then you will also check it out that how the Taj Mahal is also built out there. Now Taj Mahal itself is the 7th, or we can say is among the wonders of the world. And my dear student, you need to understand that this Taj Mahal is also one of the monument which is actually giving beautifying glorious heritage to our India, and that's how Taj Mahal is located inside the same place where the fort of Agra is there, that is in Agra, as I said to you, which is far away, like 60 to 70 kilometers from Delhi. So Taj Mahal is actually located in Agra, that is UP actually, and therefore the bank of river, if you talk about Taj Mahal, is also one of the beautiful monument which is seen very gloriously, very shiningful in the full moon night. So literally the Taj Mahal is on the seventh wonder of the world, and it was constructed by the Mughal emperor or the Mughal king Shah Jahan in the memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. Mumtaz Mahal died in 1630. So after her death, the construction of Taj Mahal started. Why we need the construction of Taj Mahal? See, when Taj Mahal, the concept of Taj Mahal is relating with the death of Mumtaz Mahal. So it's a sadful story also, and a beautiful part also, that after her death, the husband thought that I need to make something. So 1630, she died. Who died? Mumtaz Mahal died. So laterally we can say that when Agra was incomplete without Taj Mahal, with the Taj Mahal, then we can say 1630 was the death of Mumtaz Mahal. Just after 1 year later, okay my dear student, that is 1631. Okay, here the Mumtaz Mahal's death, and after some time 1631 the Taj Mahal started to be constructed out here. It was actually in 1631 it was started, and 1653 means after 22 years the Shah Jahan expertise and all made this Taj Mahal. So therefore we can say that 1653 AD, after 22 year, is also one of the year where we can say that there was a huge monument developed here. So besides this, you can check it out, Iranian style of art can be seen, Arabian style of art can be seen, Turkish style, European style. The sculptures and artisans came from all over the world, and due to this tomb we can say Taj Mahal is also counted in the best tombs of the world. So we can say that Mumtaz Mahal actually, she became immortal. She became like, always the name will be remembered. Today also, see, we are taking the name while we are reading about the Taj Mahal, and this was the innermost of the wish of Shah Jahan to make something which can make their love story also very, very famous and for eternity. So therefore building of Taj Mahal is actually spread in a rectangular shape of the north to the south position, if I talk geometrically, and apart from that the gravel stones are also projected in that, and literally the grave of Mumtaz Mahal is lying in the center of the Taj Mahal. So it is also surrounded by the beautiful artistic stones and all, and there is no any paint used inside that. All the, you can see blue, reddish, orange color, whatever the color of the art architecture, you can check it out. Some other theories of the some paintings and all, they all are relating with the colorful stones. That is, no color is used out in that. So therefore we can say it is inscribed on one of these arches very beautiful words, that pious hearts are welcome inside the garden of paradise. This means that all the pure heart people are welcome in the garden of Taj Mahal. It is written on that. So the architecture of Taj Mahal is also glorifying the beautiful heritage of India, as the grandeur and the tenureship of Taj Mahal is totally attracting thousands of the people, lakhs of the people per year in India, and they belongs to all across the world. So that's how I can say that the Taj Mahal was actually created by allowing 22 years of the work, that is 1653, 22 years of the work for the beautiful monuments. So that is the basic thing which is a relating concept of Taj Mahal. And now I would like to tell you that don't be confused whenever I am teaching you about Fort of Agra and Red Fort. Red Fort is in Delhi, Fort of Agra is in Agra, that is in UP. So don't be confused whenever I am asking you the answer, because as I have written you and I have explained you the Fort of Agra, don't be confused about this fort here. Now if you go more further, then again the Shah Jahan name will be recalled by myself, that is Red Fort. Red Fort is located inside Delhi, as I made you understand. Now I am going with the topic of Red Fort. The Taj Mahal is over, so we'll write here Red Fort. Okay, that is in Delhi. Remember, this is different, this is different. So therefore Red Fort is in Delhi, and if you go more further, then it was built by Shah Jahan in 1638 AD. So we'll also know about that in 1638 AD this was made out. And laterly we can see that at this construction Shah Jahan found the city also, namely known as Shahjahanabad, and same as the fort was also named after him. So this fort includes the basic sections of the fort: Diwan-e-Aam, Diwan-e-Khas and Rang Mahal. Diwan-e-Aam for the common people, Diwan-e-Khas for the people who are very close to him, the traders and all, and Rang Mahal is for the entertainment purpose. You can go and entertain yourself. So that's how you can find Meena Bazar also inside that, then the amalgamation of the culture also you can see, then Aina Mahal is there, and many more kinds of things. Peacock throne is specially seen in that, which is actually not now properly seen because it is actually taken away from India by some of the kings and all. So that's how we can say that 1638 is also one of the age when the Red Fort was also somehow introduced well here. So as I made you to understand, the Nadir Shah took along with him the throne of Peacock, and today it is not available. So Red Fort is also one of the outstanding building architecture, or we can say building among the Mughal art and architecture, and every year our national flag is also hosted from the Red Fort from our honorable Prime Minister. So therefore this is how we can say we are celebrating the national festival too here. Now some of the more examples are there related to that, which you can see by yourself, that is like Fatehpur Sikri. Then you can go along like Shahjahan, or 26 mile away from Agra it is actually located, and in the Uttar Pradesh Akbar has found this city for the especially in the memory of Sheikh, we can say Sheikh Chishti and all, who were actually visiting this area, Salim Chistis and all. And also it was completed in like 1572 AD, Fatehpur Sikri. And you can also find like Buland Darwaza, then Taj Mahal and other Fatehpur Sikri related, we can say like other monuments also inside that. So these are the general example which you can do by yourself also. In this example theory I am focusing on the main meal part of the lecture, and also like this book consists of the language and literature related to churches of Goa too here. Now I would like to share some of the secret or some of the theories related to churches of Goa. As we know that basically churches are belonging to the Methodist, Baptist or Orthodox or any kind of other Christianity family. So therefore we can say that the churches of Goa is actually belonging to the Christianity or the Christian missionaries. They came to India actually as from the Portuguese, and they spread from the Portuguese family to this the religion for the Indian people also. And today Goa is also one of the best capital of the Portuguese, now known as, in the ancient time it was. Many churches were also built at that time. So some of the churches which are today also famous, like Goa's like Church of Basilica of Bom Jesus and also Basilica of Bom Jesus are in the old Goa, can be seen out here. Now the relics of Saint Francis Xavier is also kept in a coffin, and that is actually in the Goa, which is worth seeable because it has not been decaying yet. Now the dead body of that Father Francis Xavier is seen now also, and it is in the same position, same condition. So whenever you go to visit Goa, you must go and visit this church here. So it is also well known for its beauty, for its custom, for its regularity, and also for its cleanliness too here. So the artistic work of churches of Goa is belonging from the Portuguese of the family. So Basilica Bom Jesus Church is one of the famous church of Goa. You must go and see out that. Now, after roaming whole of the world, we need to come back in our district where I am standing right now. That is in Panch Mahal. Chapaner is actually world famous right now because of Pavagadh. As you know that Chapaner, Pavagadh, Jama Masjid, or we can say Vadodara Center, or whatever the districts located inside the Gujarat. So therefore we can say monuments and the cultural heritage in Gujarat, and Gujarat district is also world famous. Dholavira, you can check it out. Chapaner is there. Then foothills of Pavagadh, Taluka at Panch Mahal district of, we can say, Gujarat. Then Muhammad Begada, relating with the position of capital city named as Muhammadabad also. Then Moti Masjid, Jama Masjid, and lately you can go with the Chapaner considering internal caves and other, not like a cave, but you can check it out that it is also locating with a general example of the minarets and other kinds of mosque also. So this is actually a place which is approved by UNESCO as a World Heritage Center. And as I made you to understand in the previous lecture about Dholavira, then places and monuments of the Gujarat also, as well as the places and monument about Kutch also, and latterly Lothal, then we can say Junagadh, Patan, Ahmedabad. These all the theories can be seen in this lecture. So we'll be focusing somehow inside the Patan. Patan, I would like to read here that actually because Ahmedabad you might have seen, the circuit also you might have seen, but now if you go more further, then we need to understand about the relative fact and theories about the Patan. Okay, now what you can see inside the Patan? You can see step well of Patan, which was actually built by we can say Queen Udimati, that is Rudra Mahalya also is there, and lots of examples of the ancient architecture can be seen there. So Patan step well, which is also known as in the Gujarati Queen, like Rani Ni Vav, that is Queen's step well. And apart from that, you can go for the Rudra Mahalyas, as I made you understand. Shastralinga Lake also in the Patan, which is also, we can say, Rudra Mahalya is located inside Siddhapur of Patan, which is also showing the grandeur, tenure about the rulers of the Patan and all, far away, 26 kilometers from Patan. And you can see that how at the time when this water crisis was there, in the time of water crisis, how the people used to manage to store the water. And that is the best theory which I am trying to make you explain in this example of Patan and the step well also. So as I made you understand, it was created by Uddimati, queen of Bhimadeva, first built this kind of step well that is known as the Wow, which is also known as UNESCO, including World Heritage Center. And that's how we can say this World Heritage Monument Center was declared in 2014 and 15. So therefore the Wow indicates the beautiful arrangement of the water harvesting general plant. And also Siddharaj Jaisingh built the lake named Shastralinga Lake in 1140 AD. So this is also can be seen. Apart from the Vadanagar, we can say like Sharmishta Lake is there, Kirti Arches, Kirti Toran is there, are also worth seeing monument in Gujarat. Then some of we can say at the bank of river Meswo, Shamalaji Temple is also situated there, which is also one of the basic place and part of pilgrimages for the Hinduism, and the marvelous architecture can be also seen out here. So my dear students, see, whenever we are talking about the special custom of Gujarat, okay, the special custom of Gujarat, Garvi Gujarat, then we can say that Gujarat, the land of Gujarat consisting Gir forest, consisting the ancient lion, consisting the ancient tradition, is one of the place where you can find the piece of beauty also, and you can find the piece of architecture also, and piece of theory also. So many stupas are also seen in the Gujarat, as we can say many viharas are also seen in the Gujarat, which actually belong from the Kshatrap period also, that is Kashtrap period too here. So the remains of Buddhist stupa architecture are also found here. Then you need to go to the Junagadh also, at the district of Junagadh you will find the Bodh Devi caves and all, then Devini Mori and other Samalaji temples, and also we can say Intwa stupas are there, and other Girnar near Junagadh is also many kinds of ancient old fort and other caves can be seen out here. So besides this, we can say many of the architectural style of art, cave architecture, temple are also seen, like Devni Mori, Bhava Pyara, then Uppercoat also is there, then Khapra and Kedias are there, Khambhira is there, then later Talaja, Sana, Dhang, then Jinjaju Jaris, Kadia Dungar, etc. are also seen in the Gujarat, which is also worth seeable. So therefore we can say India's culture, especially for the Gujarat, especially from the Gujarat, we consist this culture, India's culture and place, as the one of the best place to live and to understand also. As per the one of the theory, my dear student, of the Gujarat, or we can say that about the Mark Twain. Mark Twain said that Saurashtra means what? The mixture of 100 Rashtra can be seen in Gujarat. So lately step well of Adalaj is also famous at Gandhinagar, if you go sometime Gandhinagar, and also step well of as I made you understand, Queen of Patan. Then Adi Khadi step well also at Junagadh. Apart from that, Nadiyad, Mehmedabad, Umred, Kapadvanj, then Vadvana Lake, then Kaleshwari, Mahishagar district, Lunawala near that, and also example of the world architectural theory can be seen there. Wow architecture especially can be seen in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Therefore, these are the many things which is relating with the beauty of cultural heritage and the natural heritage also. Some of the South Indian temples are also there that you can see according to your own wish, and I am actually making you to understand the basic theory and the cultural heritage of Gujarat, where we can say pilgrimage places and the basic places are there inside the India and the Gujarat that you need to understand. So the last line on the page number 50 says that India has been also landed of the pilgrimages, and also people of India are going to the pilgrimages. They are worshipping this with the Charo Dham, means the all the dhams with the 12 Jyotirlings to here, including Badrinath from the Uttarakhand, then Rameshwaram, also there Rameshwar, then also they are going to Tamil Nadu, then Dwarka, Gujarat, then lately Odisha, Jagannath Puri, and moreover pilgrimages are also there, along with 51 Sakti Peeth are there, which is also known as the yatras, if you are going for that, okay, the yatras and all, which is most important as per the cultural aspect of India, especially from the Hinduism. And laterly we can say that Girnar is internally famous, as we know that the world Asian lions are available in Gujarat only, so which is also one of the house of the pride of Gujarat, or the pride of our national animal too. That's how we can say Shatrunjaya mountains are there, and apart from that Shatrunjaya Pradakshina Panth can be seen. Narmada Pradakshina have been also great importance in the cultural heritage of Gujarat and India. Then the treasure of India is actually rich, filled with the cultural heritage and the conceptual belief from the India, and that's how we can say tourists are actually welcomed in India very much. Most of the amount of tourists are actually coming in India to see this kinds of monumental place. And if you'll ask me, that whole of the lecture is depending in the cultural heritage form, in the color of architectural form, then what amount of architectures are, or the cultural heritage are approved by UNESCO in India, then I would say that 32 to 35 monuments are actually in India accepted by UNESCO as a World Heritage approved center by UNESCO, and among them Pavagad is also one of that. So therefore this lecture is all depending upon the theory related to the concept. These all art, architecture, theories, detail, concept, stories, feeling, relation, and many more kinds of things, my dear student. So I hope you actually enjoyed the lecture and you also got basic knowledge regarding India, Indian custom too. So we'll meet some other in the lecture with the new fresh part of a new lesson. Till then you can go through with this lesson and also read the topics which I have just overall explained, so that topics can be read by yourself. Take care. Jai Hind.